A very warm welcome to all the listeners. The topic that we are going to discuss today is hospitality product and service. It falls under the subject hospitality sales. I'm Chavi Sahai and I work as an assistant professor at AISSMS College of Hotel Management and Catering Technology. The learning objectives of today's session are: we should learn about the basic hospitality products and services. And secondly, to learn about the difference between the product and service in the hotel industry. So starting with a traditional product, what do we understand as the word product in general? Generally, if we say product, it would come to mind that it is various commodities that we purchase from the market, okay, against some amount of money. Whatever products traditionally are sold have some profit margin in them. The price that you pay for something will have the cost of that product and some profit added to it. And there's a vast network of distribution that happens with all the commodities, wherein the people who are selling the product make sure that the product is distributed well so that it is easily available to all the consumers. Next, always when you buy a commodity or a product, you do so in exchange of some amount of money. There is most of the time some after sales services involved in the traditional product, wherein after you've purchased a product, say a consumer good like a washing machine or a TV, there is some amount of after sales service that you can expect if things go wrong or there's some part of the machine which is not working very well. They come and they exchange it or repair it. So those would be after sales services. So these are some of the features of traditional product that we understand. Now coming to hospitality product. What are the features of hospitality product and how is it different from the traditional product? So first, hospitality products generally are immovable. Like if you think about, because rooms is the maximum revenue getting product in a hotel, so they are immovable. Like they will stay in the hotel. The guest, even though if he pays for it, he cannot take it along with him. So the product stays where it is. Next, the guest cannot possess it. Firstly, it is immovable. It will stay with the hotel, and guest, even though he will pay money for the room or the rate which is applicable for the day, he will own the room for that day, but he cannot possess it. It does not become his property even for that period of time. And the most important thing, one of the things is in the hospitality product, the customer comes to the product. We cannot distribute it. Like in the traditional product, we saw that the sellers make sure for the easy availability, the product is distributed. Here, the customer has to come to the hotel to experience it or to enjoy it. Same sub-product is priced differently. I'll give you an example, like a room. Suppose it's a business hotel, which is generally busy during the week, say Monday to Friday. So sometimes the hotel price the rooms higher during the weekdays because it is comparatively busy. And on the weekends, they price it slightly lesser because the occupancy is low. So same room is sometimes priced differently according to the time. And secondly, also according to the client. Suppose it's a corporate client, we quote a different price. And if it's a vacationer who's come with his family, who's going to stay in the hotel, we price the product differently. Okay, so that is one unique feature in the hospitality product. And another important thing is that the hospitality product, however good it may be, but it is dependent on the service delivery. Suppose you order for a meal in a restaurant, but the service is delayed. And you are so annoyed, even if the food comes, it is very tasty up to the standard, but because the service delivery was not very good, your entire experience of the product is not very nice. So the product is heavily dependent on the delivery of service. Next, we will see some of the hospitality products that are there in the hotel. First and most important is rooms. Rooms generally form around 70 to 75% of revenue that a hotel earns. All the food and beverage outlets, be it your restaurant, coffee shop, bar, etc. Then drinks, which is served in the mini bar or in the restaurant, would again be your hospitality product. One example. Then all the health and fitness facilities, be it the gym, the health club, all these are again hospitality product. Then the beauty services, which is your spa or the salon, if the hotel has one, will become your hospitality product. The shopping arcade or various shops that are there in the lobby area would also form a hospitality product. Now we come to the hospitality services. What are some of its features? So hospitality service has some aspects. It can be pure tangible goods. Like if there's a vending machine inside the lobby premises or in a restaurant wherein you go insert a coin and get a packet of wafers out or a chocolate out. So it is a pure tangible good where the hotel is not playing a part. You are having the product on its own. But suppose if the vending machine is not functioning very well, you will feel that the hotel is not up to the standard. So hospitality services include some of the pure tangible goods where no amount of service is involved, but it gets counted as a service. Next, sometimes we have tangible good that the guest experience, which has an accompanying service. For example, if you hire a room in a hotel, you pay for the night, but next day there's an accompanying service, that is the room cleaning, that comes with it. Similarly, like if you order a meal in a restaurant, the service that you get with it is part of the whole deal. Okay. Then third would be hospitality service, which is purely you are selling a service with an accompanying good. Okay. Best example is your outdoor catering, where the hotel is basically selling the services of the hotel staff who will go and cater to the party that the guest is having at off premises of the hotel. And the accompanying good would be the food that we serve in the outdoor catering. And fourth aspect would be purely a service based experience. Suppose a guest goes to a salon or a beauty parlor, there though the products will be used, but the entire experience is purely service based. Okay, for example, a massage service, there is no amount of product involved, but it is an experience or a service that gets pays for. Then some of the elements of service in hospitality would mean that service that you provide to the guest is basically a performance, a deed, an action, or a skill that has been bought by the guest for a fee. Okay, and it is generally an experience that the guest has paid for. So for us to understand what the service aspect means. And one of the most important things is that service is subjective. Same amount of service or the same amount of product, the way it is served to a guest, two different people will have different experience. Like somebody might be very happy with the same product and the same quality of service, but somebody else may feel that he was overcharged for the same thing. So service is very subjective. The experience depends from person to person. So hoteliers have a tricky job of balancing the subjectivity of the service. Next, we'll discuss a few examples of hospitality service. First, you can package the hospitality service, like if the guest is undertaking an American plan in case of a room where the room and all the meals are included. Okay, so you have packaged it. Or for example, a table d'hote menu where it's a packaged menu and the guest pays for all the courses which will be listed there. Then second way can be an individual pricing where every item is individually priced. For example, the guest is taking a European plan in case of rooms, where he would be just having a cup of tea and he's paying for only the room. Or the example in case of meals would be a la carte menu, where the guest will pay for individual dish that he orders. And the third can be a combination of both, that is an individual or a package deal. The best example would be your modified American plan in case of a room, where one major, one minor meal, and the room is included in the plan. So these are the three ways by which we can serve the hospitality service to the guest. Now we come to service quality. How do we experience the service quality as a customer, and what is the responsibility of hospitality servers? The best way to explain it would be a combination of a good product. Firstly, whatever product you are selling in the hotel or the entire hospitality sector, it has to be of an exceptional quality. Okay, it has to be a good product, and the service has to be unmatchable. Okay, then only it gives the best quality. The guest will feel satisfied first when the product is very good, and secondly when the service is also exceptionally good. As the price increases, so does the expectation. I'll give you an example. If you're staying in one of the very big 5-star deluxe hotels, the service expectation there would be much higher because the price that you are paying would be higher. Similarly, if you're staying in a 2-star hotel, the service expectation will not be that high. So as the price increases for a product, the expectation of the guests also increases. So we as hoteliers have to match it. Some range of services that are there in the hotel, just to quickly list them. First is front office, where the guest comes and settles his bills and various concierge services, etc. Then there are some uniform services, a part of front office, which is your drivers, your valets, your bell desk. Third range of service would be housekeeping, that is the cleanliness of the entire hotel, and the laundry service. Fourth is the food and beverage service, that covers all the food and beverage outlets that are there in the hotel. Event management is also part of service, when the guest hires a banquet hall and has engaged us for catering to that particular event. Then health club and beauty services, which would be your salon, your gym, etc. Then guest relation service, though you do not pay for it exactly, but if you are satisfied with the entire hotel, it is the responsibility of the guest relations. So it is a kind of service that is included. Then security service, obviously if you're staying in a big brand hotel and a certain amount of money that you have paid, you expect that you will get exceptional security. So all these things sometimes are not mentioned, but are a part of your service. I would like to thank you all for listening in. Please attempt the quiz. The link is given in the description box. I would also like to give credit to the following sites from where I have sourced some material for preparing this presentation. Thank you all for listening in.